All right. So after taking a look at some of these submissions, I realized it's something I should have mentioned in terms of creating the controls for the left leg, right? Is how to mirror the controls and how to get the behavior of the controls to be mirrored for the right leg, right? Once you have the left leg set up. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to select the group for this left foot. Right, so if I have my outliner here, so I can select the control and press up to get the group and select the group, or I can just select the group under the main control here. Right, and I'm just going to Control D, duplicate that group. Right, now when I duplicate that group, right, if I open out everything underneath here, it's actually duplicating all of the children as well, right? So I do not actually want, you know, everything duplicated under that foot control, right? All those pivots and all those constraints and everything. So what I'm going to do is delete everything under the control. Just shift select that and delete it. Right, so I have my duplicated group here and the duplicated control underneath the group. Right, so what I'm going to do is select this duplicated group, right, which has a 1 at the end, and I'm looking at the translate X value here. Right, so my translate X value is 0.604. It might be a little different for yours, although it should be, well, you know, it might be roughly the same, but you know, what we want to do is just make that value negative, right? Right now it's positive. I'm just going to put a minus in front of it and make it negative, and I'll bring it across on the other side, right? Making it symmetrical. And now I will rename these two and put _R at the end of the group and at the end of the control under the group. All right, now another important step, right? If I look at these controls now and make sure that my my move tool, right, is in object mode. Alright, so I shift selected both of these controls, and if I move them together, you see what's happening. They're moving together, right? If I rotate them, they're rotating together in the same way, right? But what I really want is the same way that I was showing you with the joints. I want the function or the behavior of the controls to be mirrored, right? So how do I do that? Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the control group R _R, the right one, and I'm going to make the scale X -1. Alright, so now if I shift select both of these controls here and rotate them, you see the behavior is mirrored, right? And even if I translate them, the behavior is mirrored, right? So that's what I want, and I want that not only with the foot control here, but also with the pole vector as well. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to select the pole vector group, and I'm going to Control D, duplicate it, and if I shift open this hierarchy here, right, I see it's also duplicated that parent constraint. I want to delete that parent constraint, and then selecting the group here, I want to again make the translate X negative to bring it across the other side, and I'll just make the scale X -1 one time, and then just rename these to _R for right. Okay, so in the same way, these will be mirrored as well, these pole vector controls, right? Right, so now that you have the controls set up and in place, you can just come in and, you know, if you've hidden the joints, just unhide the joints. Remember, you can change the display size of the joints, sorry, on the animation, joint size. Right, and you can continue, you can build the IK setup, right, the same way as with the right leg. You can do it with the left leg, and with the control setup like that, like this, it should work and it should be mirrored properly. Alright, so yeah, I think that's it. Apart from that, what I actually think would be better, instead of making all these controls yellow, is instead to make the left controls blue and the right controls red. Alright, so I'm just gonna make this one, this side, blue. So just to differentiate right from left. Alright, and yeah. Cool. And these controls are already under the hierarchy as well, so they would all scale and move together with the main control. Awesome.